Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Mars in the first house in the natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel that I did a series on the Mars placements in the houses, and they were a little bit concise. Some people may refer to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, well, Mars in the first house is comparable to Mars in Aries, but naturally you got to blend in the zodiac sign with it. Mars in Cancer and the first house can be different than Mars in Capricorn in the first house, as an example. Now, Mars in astrology is our drive, our motivation. So there may be a lot of drive and motivation, matters connected, new beginnings, new projects and endeavors, matters with the physical body to improve it. Um, it could be also, with the appearance, which is tied in with the physical body, and making good first impressions on others. Whether it's, somebody, that may be, a prospective significant other, it could be a potential employer, whatever it might be. And also in matters, the thing is, it could also be a lot of drive and motivation and long distance, travel of the children as well. And the thing is, the nature may be, more combative and acerbic, more so, you know, than, the sign Mars is connected with. And actually, if Mars is in Aries in the first house, this could be a very, strongly, combative, type of personality. I knew somebody that had a prominent family member had Mars in Cancer in the first house, and she had, she got into a lot of, situations with fast, restaurant workers, a lot of arguments, acrimonious disputes with them. Now, Mars in astrology is associated with vitality and energy. So there may be a lot of vitality and energy that are, connected, with new projects and endeavors, new beginnings, matters pertaining to the appearance and physical body. And this person may have, expended more energy, in their early childhood, more so than the average person. Also, people that are more prominent in one's early childhood as well. And this is where a lot of the energy may be expended on a grandparent, even, matters pertaining to the appearance, first impressions on others as well. And the thing about this is that Mars, posited in the first house in the chart. I mean, Mars is connected, with physical injuries. So there may have been a greater propensity for some kind of physical injury, trauma, even surgery in the early childhood. It could be injuries to the head, the face, the skull, the eyes, the brain. Um, it could be through impulsive actions. Remember, we're talking about the first house, which corresponds with Aries. Naturally, you got to blend in the zodiac sign. If this is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, there may be, more injuries connecting the ribs, the chest, the breast, the stomach. And also, to Mars in astrology is associated with action. So Mars posited in the first house, there may be a lot of action and matters connected with courage, bravery, making new starts. Um, the actions may be very aggressive and impulsive. It could be where this person can be very assertive, and there may be a lot of, activity. The person may be very action oriented and connection with new, just new beginnings in general, new projects and endeavors, making, first impression on others. People that were prominent in one's early childhood. This person may have a lot of action in, matters with a grandparent as well. And the thing about, Mars in astrology, is also, associated with sex or sexual partners and sex. For this person may be a lot of could be impatience. The person may be very aggressive in these matters, often take the initiative, take the make that first step more often than not, and be very assertive. But the person may need to guard against being overly forceful in this nature as well, and also very outspoken and direct, regarding, matters pertaining, to the sexual partner, sexual related matters in general. And it could be too, having this placement. It may be where this person may, have had, there may be sexual connection with somebody, that played an integral role in the person's early childhood. And this is also, when you look at this placement, this is something where, when you have, Mars positive, in the first house, it's just a lot. I mean, this is person may have an exorbitant amount of energy, to say the least. I had, again, that prominent family member I stated before, who had Mars in her first house. And I told her, you're really hyper, and she responded by saying something like, I like being hyper. So it's a very energetic placement. And even, if Mars is in a more, you could say weaker, when I say weaker sign in terms of the energy, like Mars, or I'm sorry, like Pisces or Cancer, there's still, the person may be more energetic than otherwise indicated. Now, Mars is also connected with our physical strength. So, doing things, a person may have a lot of energy to do things that are associated with one's physical strength. This could be something that may be readily seen on a first impression. This person may be somebody that has a really good physique, like a muscular build, and it's also, this is where the physical body can be really strongly emphasized, because keep in mind, Mars is associated with physical strength, and the first house is connected with the physical body. And this is where, doing things with physical strength may have more of an impact, on the person's appearance more so than in most instances. And the person may use their physical strength to benefit, a grandparent, people that played an integral role in one's early childhood, as some examples. And now another thing is that Mars in astrology is connected with anger. So, if there's an angry side of, the person may be involved in a number of acrimonious disputes, this energy may be readily seen on a first impression. Anger may be expressed at a grandparent or somebody that played a pivotal role in one's early childhood, people that may have been instrumental in new beginnings. There may be more anger and agitation connected with new starts. It could be whether maybe the person being impatient that the new project or endeavor may have not panned out the way he or she wanted to, as an example. It could be over matters with the appearance, the physical body. There may be some, exasperation connected with that. It could be, physical related issues as well, where this person may, become a little bit more acerbic over more so than the average person. So, another thing about Mars in astrology, it's connected with our enthusiasm. It's and it can be where this person is more enthusiastic about new starts, beginning new projects and endeavors more so than most people on average. Activities with a grandparent, with somebody, people that are prominent one's early childhood, and just matters, with their environment in general. It could be, whether it's just making the environment safer or healthier. It can also be, matters, pertaining, to the physical body, whether it's working out vigorously or whatever it might be. This is where, you may have a lot of, that enthusiasm may strongly come out, for this person, where they bring a lot of that enthusiasm into making those first impressions and whether it could be with a potential supervisor or significant other or what have you. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.